Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's your boy Lendy, and I'm here on PickupDaily. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about frustration. And the first thing I want to say is that if a girl ever feels frustrated with you, that's really a bad sign. And I want to tell you why, because I had an experience 2 nights ago. You know, it was the end of the night, and I was at a bar with my friend, and this chick comes up, and like she's total like down. You know, she was down because she was just like having a good time. So she comes and she like leans like right over me, starts touching me, which is an IOI, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, okay, this is awesome, cool. So we start talking, and the things that she says, she grabs my leg and she's like, hey, go buy me a drink. And my rule is like, I never buy girls drink at a bar. So I was like, no, I don't buy girls drink. And she's like, what? And then she just left. And then I was like, all right, cool. I know for a fact if I would have bought her a drink, she would have been like down. She would have been down. Like I would have took her home, we would have just done our thing, you know? But the fact that I just said no, she just totally left. And she felt frustrated because like I said no to her. Basically I had the power right there, but eventually she found another guy and another guy bought her a drink and shit like that. So whatever. Anyways, when a girl feels frustrated with you, especially when you just meet her or you're just trying to have a conversation with her, it's a really bad sign because that just means that she really wants you. She really wants something, she really wants that interaction to go somewhere. But somewhere along the lines, you didn't really know how to like act, or you didn't know how to like do, you know, your mid game to end game. So yeah, once they feel frustrated, obviously girls will do one thing, do two things. They'll like leave, or they'll just not even try to like be around you. You know, they'll just leave or find something better or something to keep her entertained. See, the conversation is going nowhere, and the problem there is that they want to be emotionally stimulated, they want to be entertained, they want to have a good time because they're out. If they're out at the club, they're obviously trying to have a good time, trying to find somebody to hang out with, and you can be that guy. But once they get frustrated with you, and this always happens during game, it's like you will start talking to someone and not make a move or not even touch or anything, that they'll just get bored of the conversation, just leave. And then you're just there like thinking to yourself, what did I do wrong? Well, you probably didn't touch much, you didn't give rapport, you didn't let her know that you're interested, you know? So she got frustrated and she left. How you can identify frustration is if the girl has her arm crossed and she's just like, you know, doing like her body movement, like she's about to like leave and she's like really not paying attention to you when you talk to her. Or she's just like, you know, looking away and she's just trying to like find an excuse to like leave you. See, the thing you want to do there is just keep it fun. Always keep it fun. And you can bend the rule of buying, I leave it up to you guys, but my rule is like I don't buy girls drinks just because you know, it's usually girls get a drink and then talk to you for like 5 minutes and then leave. There's girls out there that literally just go to the bar to talk to you guys just to get free drinks, and that's fine. Like that's just part of the game, you know. But that's my rule. If you guys feel that you guys are actually gonna get somewhere with the girl, go ahead and buy her a drink and see if you can actually go with her. You know. My problem was like she got frustrated once. I told her no, and she just left. So identify when the girl's frustrated, man. Like that's gonna really help your game a lot, you know. Yeah. So. To recognize some of the signs, man. Let's say you're in a set with a girl and you guys are talking, man. One, you don't touch. If the girl is there talking to you, obviously she thinks you're interested and she wants the interaction to go somewhere. If you don't touch and you just talk, it's just gonna be boring for her because she knows that you're not flirting, you're not like actually giving any signs that you're interested. So for her, one thing they'll actually do is like her eyes will like start wandering off and start looking at different people when they're actually talking to you. Second, anything that you're talking to her, she'll just be like, yeah, and like she'll just like have her arms crossed. Look for the arms crossed. If her arms are crossed, it's because she's not having a good time with you. She's actually just there just to be nice and talk to you because she doesn't have nobody to talk to. Once somebody that can keep her entertained and run her emotions wild, she'll leave you and go with that guy. That's just how it is. So that's another way that you can actually see if she's frustrated. You know, when she has like her body language like crossed over and she's not like really paying attention to you. In the matter of like getting girls drink, I mean, that's just a personal rule that I have for myself. I just don't like to buy girls drink. That's just how it is. The reason why is because like usually when girls are out at bars, some girls are out there just to get drinks and that's it, and they'll just leave you. So it's just a rule of mine. If a girl really likes you, she won't even care if you buy her a drink. She'll actually just stay there and talk to you. And at one point, some girls will actually be like, hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink. Do you want something? They don't even offer you something. But it's not really a big deal. Like I said, this is just something if you guys want to do it, you guys can totally do it. But yeah, those are like the signs where you can like actually see if she's frustrated or not.
Okay, I think as Lenny said, will be body language. She'll let you know that, I'll say she'll find an excuse to leave or to wander around with other guy. So anywhere, I don't know if it's in the bar or whatever venue you're talking about, but one of the signs is that she's not really paying attention to you because you're being boring, or she feel like she's wasting her time with you. That's the main point. If you feel like you're talking too much and you're not going to the point, of course she's going to be frustrated. Because what's the point for her? She went outside, she went out to have fun, have a couple drinks, and meet guys. She spent 2 hours getting ready for the shoes, with those high heels. If it's cold, she'll have like tiny dress and she will put up with that crap for someone to talk to her. And someone cool enough to do something. To tell, this is the reason why I'm talking to you. I like you, I want to make it happen, I want to seduce you, I want to read the signs you're giving me. If she's she's frustrated because she's giving you signs that she wants to be with you. If she's there talking to you, that means there is something that she likes about you, or probably you're the only guy who talks to her. Anyway, whatever case it is, make the best out of it. So make something happen. If you feel like she's starting to wander around, her body language is like she wants to leave, make something happen. Risk it. Risk something. Tell you know what? I want to have a drink with you. That doesn't mean you have to buy the drink. And I hear something about the drink, buying a drink. I don't really care about buying drinks because I think if it comes from a place that I just want to do it because I'm cool enough, I guess I'll do it. But I haven't bought a drink ever in my life. I don't feel like I need to buy a drink to get a girl's attention. It's just, if you're cool enough, you don't need to buy a drink. You don't need to do anything for her. It will be a 50-50 interaction. She will give and take from you because you're a cool guy, and also, you guys want to make it happen together. So don't think it too much. Just make something happen. That will be my take on that one.
All right, so most of the time on this channel, we're talking about the man or the masculine role being the leader type, the one who's going to be making the decisions, one who's be pushing and moving things along. Obviously, that's not a function of ego or some sort of toxic masculinity-based bullshit. It's more a function of the fact that it's primarily effective in most cases. I think it was Josh Pellissier who told me that 70-something% of the women are traditionalist, feminine, people who want to take more of the nurturing and the supporter role, and so naturally they're going to be attracted by the polarity of the dominant masculine thing, right? So, not that I'm going to pigeonhole or box anybody into those roles just because they have a dick or not. I don't really care. But if you're choosing to get, to attract, this is fucking distracting. But if you're choosing to attract, but if you're choosing to attract feminine, supportive, nurturing-based women, you're going to want to take leadership. You want to take, move things forward. When you take leadership and you choose to move things forward, you're inherently going to take a risk. You're going to make a move that she could reject, and that's okay, right? It shows strength, it shows confidence that you do that. There are two ways a woman can be frustrated with you, and you must not conflate the two. One, she can be frustrated with your advances. Like she's telling you no, and then you continue to move forward, and she doesn't want to have it, but she's trying to be really nice to keep you from flipping out and being violent or whatever, right? She's kind of lying just to smooth things over and keep things cool. Anyways, you don't want to frustrate her that way. Another way you can frustrate her is by not making a move, and that seems like it's counterproductive, but it's totally different. Like if you're there and you're talking and she's interested, and then you don't make a move, like Lendy was saying earlier, if you don't push things forward, like Danilo was saying, then she's going to be frustrated that she's not going to be able to do anything to move that thing forward. Because of the whole anti-slut defense, she can't, in society's social conditioning training, push the interaction forward for you and her without looking like she's going to be too forward, looking like a slut, looking like whatever. But at the end of the day, she's not allowed to push that forward yet. She's allowed to give hints and sort of invite and cause us to push forward, right? She's not allowed to push it forward. So she gets frustrated when she gives all the hints, gives all the signals, gives all the openings, and then you don't take it, because then she feels rejected. She feels like she's not good enough. She feels like whatever. In some cases. In other cases, she just feels frustrated that you can't fucking grow balls and do what the fuck you're supposed to do, right? And meet her expectations. So when you're dealing with that kind of frustration, it behooves you to figure out how she feels, to understand where she's coming from and kind of watch how she acts and interacts and the kind of eye contact she makes, whether she's got her arms crossed, whether she's paying attention to you, whether she's looking over your shoulder, fucking around trying to figure out something to do to stimulate her because you're not being stimulating. Obviously, if she's doing those things, you need to bring her attention back. Very often, if she does those kinds of behaviors, I'll call them out and I'll be like, look, are you bored? Like, I can just take you home. And there are a couple of girls that I've done that with, where I'd be on a date and I'd be like, okay, so you're like on your phone and shit, like, I kind of want to get to know you. She's like, oh no, I'm just this, do you just want me to take you home? Are you bored? And then she's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. Then I just dropped her off at home. Right? It's like, then I have the rest of my night to do cool shit because she was obviously not into it, and that's okay. But if you call it out and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, and then she pays attention to you, obviously she wanted to be a part of that interaction, and she's going to be frustrated if you don't move things forward. So yeah, as far as buying drinks is concerned, I'm probably going to split that into two videos because you guys both said things about drinks and about whatever. So as far as buying drinks is concerned, I don't really care. The only important part is that you don't buy drinks as an excuse to talk to her. You don't want her to think that most guys buy drinks because it's the societally trained, it's the socially conditioned way, excuse. Okay, most guys buy drinks because it's the socially, my fucking face. Most guys buy drinks because it's the socially conditioned excuse to talk to her, to keep her around. It creates a sort of like Chaldean reciprocity, right? It creates an obligation for her to sit there and talk to you. But the problem is, if you were interesting, she would sit there and talk to you anyway. Not to say that you shouldn't buy drinks, but to say you should. Feel free to do it. I'm down. I buy drinks every once in a while. I mean, it's not like a regular thing because it's not my go-to. I'd rather just talk and chit-chat and see if it goes somewhere. And then when it makes sense, it makes sense. And obviously in this new post-third wave feminist world, I try to make sure that there's an equality, a back and forth going on until she becomes somebody that's important, that I want to do the provision and the provider role for. So, and I'll cover that actually when we go over to Denny's. So give me some B-roll.